Welcome to this web lecture series, and we are going to discuss today about a special kind of sorting algorithm, which is called as merge sort. And we will see the algorithm part of this, and then we will see the analysis part of it. So let's begin about merge sort. Suppose A is a sorted list with R elements and B is a sorted list with S elements. So I say I have two lists, one is called A and one is called B, and both the lists have some sorted elements. One has R and one has S. The operation that combines the element A and B into a single list called C with n is equal to R plus S elements is called merging. So when the operation with which we just combines the two elements together, right, and create one single list is called as merging, right? Now let us see how we merge two lines of students into a single line with the same concept of merging. So suppose we are having two lines of students which have different heights, right? Like this, as mentioned on the screen, and we want to put all of the six students into a single line, right? So how we proceed with the merging procedure? First, we will compare the first two students, and whichever is the shorter in height, we will move it. We will select that one which is lesser in one from these two, and we will move it to the first location, right? Second, we will compare the first of the remaining two lines, right? Person from the two lines, and we will select the shorter one. And then again we keep on selecting, comparing the first two elements of the list and select the shorter one, and this way we will complete the complete sort merging procedure. And you can see that everyone in this list, combined list, is sorted as per the height. The first one is 2 5, then 3 5, then 4 5, then 4 6, then 5 4, and then 5 5. Now in this way we get a sorted list from unsorted lists, right? Or you can say from the two sorted lists I created one single sorted list. Now let us do the same process on a set of array, right? Because we as a computer scientist or a computer engineers or computer science students professional generally works on set of arrays, right? So now let us see that how we implement the same procedure, the same workflow on a single array. In the previous slide, we have seen that we have two different list like lines of students, right? We have seen that there are two different lines of students, but in actual scenario, we are given one single array, right? So the question arises how we are going to implement this merge sort or the merging procedure with this particular single array. As you can see, there is an array on your screen which has some elements, and you can easily see that there are two sort of lists. The first four elements are sorted 1 5 7 8, and the remaining four elements are again sorted, right? But the combined list is unsorted, right? So our work is to merge these two, combine these two lists together, and then apply something called merge sort. So first we will study about merging, how you're going to merge these two, and eventually you will again see that merging will lead to sorting of the list, right? So what we do is we create two sublists, right? We will like break this list into the limits, right? P and Q are the limits of the first list, and Q plus 1 to R is the limit of the second list, right? So we have divided this, we have marked the indices of the complete list, and we create two sublists, right? One is called L and one is called R. The L will store the list 1 elements and R will store the list 2 elements, right? So we will copy complete list 1 and list 2 into the respective locations, right? Copy the number requires order of n because there are n numbers and there are n spaces, so we will require an order of n transaction to copy all these numbers to the new list L and R. Now at the end of this L and R, there is an empty space which will be populated by a term called infinity, or in practical means it will be having some number which is very big in comparison to the number that are stored in the list. So why we use infinity will be clear once we go and see the workflow in detail. Now what is happening is how we are going to populate this, again the original list with the sorted element. How we are going to merge these two? The question arises this. So for that we will take 3 pointers. The first is I, which is the starting pointer of L. The second is R, J, which is the first pointer of R, and there is a pointer called K, which is pointing the first location of the original array. Now the workflow says I will keep on comparing. I will keep on comparing I and J, and which one is lesser, I will go and put that value into the position pointed by K and increment the value of I and increment the value of K, right? If R is lesser, I will put the R into that K position and increment the pointer J, right? Now let's begin. I have two numbers, 1 and 2, right? 1 is pointed by I and 2 is pointed by J. So if I compare Li and Rj, I found that Li is lesser. So I will move this Li to Kth position and increment the value of I by 1 and increment the value of K by 1. J remains where it was. Now I compare Li with Rj and I found that J is the element of Rj is lesser. So I will move this Rj to the position pointed by K and increment now J untouched. I is remains untouched, right? Now again I will compare 5 and 4. 4 is lesser, so I will move 4 to the new position pointed by K and increment J. Now I see 6 and 5. I find 5 is lesser, so I move I have 5 to the point the data pointed by K and increment I, right? Likewise, I will compare 6 and 7, and which was lesser, I will move it to the position of K and increment K and increment that particular array pointer, right? Now you can see that we have reached to the last elements of both the list, 8 and 9, right? And we compare 8 and 9, we find 8 is lesser, we move 8 to the position pointed by K and increment I and increment K. Now at this point my I is pointing to infinity, right? And I compare infinity with the 9, because infinity is very higher in comparison to 9. The 9 is smaller, 9 will move to the last location, right? And now K is the last element, right? Initially we have assumed that K will move from P to R, right? The P to R is the length of the original array. Now K has reached the value called R. So at this point we need to stop, and if we look at the series, we have got a completely sorted list from the set of two sorted list, 1 2 4 5 6 7 8 9. So this is the sorted list, right? So this is how we are going to implement the merge sort merging using the merge sort procedure, the merging procedure. Now let us see what actually is the merging procedure, because merging procedure is the heart of merge sort. Every merge sort implements a merging procedure. So we need to understand how this merging procedure actually is written down, right? So we go and see the merging procedure start with dividing the complete array into two sections, right? One section move from the n1 is set of first elements, like L1 has the first element, and the number of elements is q minus p plus 1, right? And n2 is the set of the elements that are there in R. So n2 is R minus q. So there are two lists. So what we do is in step 4, what we are creating from, we are iterating in a loop called I is equal to 1 to n1 and going to populate all the values of A, that was original array, into Li, right? And then in the fifth step, we are going to iterate similarly for R and complete the second part of A into Rj. Now we are done with population of L and R. Now the last element, that is n plus 1 plus n1 plus 1 of L and n2 plus 1 of R. And we have to populate these two by a bigger number which is called as infinity. Here I mentioned INF. So till this step 6, we are completely populated the two subarrays L and R with some values and INF, right? And now we are initializing the two pointers I and j respectively to the first location of L and first location of R. Now step 8 says that we are going to iterate now for the pointer called k, which will move from P to R. The P to R is an initial pointer of array A, and we will populate this A again. Now we will check the condition. If Li is less than or equal to Rj, we will move the Li into AK and increment the value of I. Else, we will move the value of R into AK and increment the value of J. This is how a complete merge sort algorithm works. Hope this algorithm is clear. If it is not, you can just write to me in the comment box and we will try to resolve your query. Now, this merging algorithm itself cannot sort. It can only merge, right? The actual thing done by this merging procedure or merge sort is to break down. Merging is a part of divide and conquer type of activity. And merge sort is an example of a divide and conquer type of algorithm. So what it's doing is divide and conquer algorithm generally has two parts. One is to divide that particular set into smaller chunks. And finally, when we reach the atomic part, we will try to merge everything and build up a solution, right? So this was how we built up a solution. But the question here is how we divide the problem. So till now we saw that we have two sorted lists, and we compare the elements of the two lists and create a new sorted list using merging operation. Next, we will see how to use this merging procedure and implement the merge sort. So this is a simple version of merge sort. Now merge sort takes two parameters. One is three parameters. It has the array, initial array. It has a starting pointer P and it has the ending pointer R. Inside this, it checks one condition. If P is less than R, we implement set of 4 instructions, right? As you can see that there is an option called merge sort inside this merge sort algorithm again 2 times. That means that this merge sort is calling itself again and again. So any algorithm which calls itself again and again is called as a merge recursive algorithm, right? So merge sort is a recursive algorithm, and each recursive algorithm needs to end itself in a particular point. So this if condition that P is less than R is that base condition upon which this recursion stops. So now let's see how we go and merge and with the help of numbers with the help of merge sort. Suppose we are having a smaller set of 6 elements and we can see that they are merge sort is going to implement on these two sets. 965 is one list and 8082 is another list. Okay, but the complete list is unsorted. So I will mention MS for merge sort and I will not use A every time. I will write P and R. So MS, currently we are working on a set array called A. Initial index is 1 and final index is 6. So P is 1 and R is 6. Now if you see, if we go and check if P is less than R, we find it is true. And so we go inside and create a division which is called Q. In this case, P plus R divided by 2 is say 1 plus 6, 7 divided by 2, that is called 3.5. And if we take the integer part of it, this is 3. So our complete list will divide into 2 equal halves. One is 1, 2, 3 and next is 4, 2, 6. Now you see that there are 3 subchilds of this merge sort procedure, right? function. The first, it will create all these three childs. The first is merge sort P to Q. P is 1 and Q is 3. The second, it will create merge sort Q plus 1 to R. Q is 3, so 3 plus 1 4 and R is 6. So next merge sort procedure will be called as 4 to 6, right? And the third, we are using a merge procedure P, Q and R 1, 3 and 6. Fine. Now every time when I call this merge sort procedure, it will go and check the value of P and R, and it will again then create a Q, and then it will call the child of that merge sort. Now let us create more child, because 1 and 3 I see that P is less than R, so I will go and again call this. I will go and iterate this and go inside and file a new Q, that is 2. So my new MS will be 1 comma 2 and 1 comma, and this is 2 comma 3. This is 3 comma 3. Okay. This is 3 comma 3, right? Now we see that the merge this, and this is an M procedure, right? This is a merging procedure which has P, Q and R 1, 2 and 3. Now similarly we see that this 1 is less than 2, right? So this thing will again break. This thing will again break into the subchild, and we will see that it will be having 1 comma 1 and 2 comma 2, and the merging procedure will be 1 comma 1 comma 2, right? But this 3 and 3 are equal. P is equal to R, right? So for this there is no branching now. This still will not go and call recursivity. It will end here, right? Likewise we will create 4 comma 6. It will just create 4 comma 5 and 6 comma 6 and 4 comma 5 comma 6, right? And this 4 comma 5 is P is less than R, so it will cover 4 comma 4, 5 comma 5 and 4 comma 4 comma 5, right? Now let us see, because we have reached this last element, right? This is the last element and it cannot be further broken down because P is equal to R. So this will represent a single value called 9, and this will represent 2 comma 2 will represent the value 6, right? So what is happening here is we have 9 and we have 6. So what we are going to do is we are going to merge this 9 and 6 using M112. 112. So what you are doing is we again do the same process, 9 and INF and 6 and INF. So we will create an array. We will compare 9 and 6, and 6 is smaller, so we moved this 6 into this location, right? And then we will increment this INF, and we have pointer this. We will compare 9 and INF, so we will move 9 here, right? So in this way we merge 6 and 9. So this merge procedure will return back to its merge sort 1 comma 2, right? And now this merge sort procedure have a merge list called 6 and 9. Now 3 comma 3 is 5. Again we will go, before going to implement a merge sort merging procedure 1 comma 2 comma 3, what we do is 6 and 9 and INF and 5 and INF. So we compare 6 with 5. We find 5 is less, so 5 will come into the merge list, and then 6 and 9 will come into the merge list. So again we will get a new merge list which is called 5, 6, 9, and which will return back to 1 comma 3. Fine. So till this point we have sorted the first part of the list A, right? Now we will do the same process for MS 4 comma 6, and we will end up with a list called 0 comma 2 comma 8. We will end up in a list called this 0 comma 2 comma 8 in the same way as we did for 5 comma 6 comma 9, right? If you don't understand, you can just write to me in my comment box of this video and we will try to answer your question. Finally, what is happening is this M1 comma 3 comma 6 is a final merge procedure, and it will take the two lists 569 and 028 and try to merge them into a single list, right? So MS16 will have the merge sort will finally return with a complete list which is called 025689, which is a combined sorted number list from the two sublist. So in this way, this complete merge sort procedure is implemented with the two sub merge sort procedures and one merging procedure, right? Hope that you understand this. Now we go and check what is the complexity. We saw that after a pass k, the array will be partitioned into sorted subarrays, where each subarray will contain exactly 2 to the power k element. Hence, the algorithm requires at most log n passes to sort an n element array, right? Now, if we go and check, if we assume that the time required to implement a merge sort is Tn, we can see that the time required to sort and half the element is T will be Tn by 2, right? And second merge sort again require Tn by 2. And we have seen in our previous slides that to merge n element into back to array is On. So if we combine all these, we will see Tn is equal to 2 times Tn by 2 and big O of n, right? Using Master's theorem, we can prove that Tn is equal to On log n. So the combined complexity of a merge sort is O n log n, where n is the number of inputs that are given to this merge sort. Now, the best thing about merge sort is it divides the input into two equal halves. So the worst case complexity as well as the best case complexity remains n log n in this case, right? But the next algorithm that we are going to see is called quicksort, and in quicksort we will see that we are not going to partition this list into two equal halves, right? We will partition the list into with the help of an element called pivot, and depending on the pivot, this complexity can range from n square to n log n, right? So see you in the next video series. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.